Hi, this is Bill Koenig for Straight Circle Martial Arts, and these are 10 footwork steps every martial artist should know. Number 10, side step. Side step is a very simple thing, right? 1, then 2. 1, 2. I can't tell you how many people can't do that. So if he's coming at me, right? Most people, when they come at you, they come at you on a linear fashion. You either run back or you run forward. If he sticks his hand out, all I'm doing is going 1, 2. 1, 2. That's it. So, real simple. 1, then 2. If you practice this over and over and over again, I promise you your martial arts will get much better. Number 9, triangle step. Triangle step, right? He's here, I'm here, and effectively we're like this, right? And I'm trying to get to an angle to go like that. Triangle step really is just a variation of a side step, right? I go 1 and 2, 1 and 2. It's just I turn on an angle, so I face him on his angle. Because what it is right, if I face him here, this is where he's strong. Ideally, I want to face him on an angle where he's not strong. So if he throws a punch and I go like this, do you see how like I'm on this angle now? So if we're like this, I'm now on this angle. I'm not here facing him in his center. So all the triangle step is just a little off and face, off and face. Triangle step. Number 8, spin step. Variation of the side step, right? 1 then 2, 1 then 2. Difference is I go 1 then 2, and there's a spin on it, right? 1 then 2. It's still the 2 steps, 1, 2. So if he's walking at me, right, all I'm doing is I'm going 1 and 2, right? 1 and 2. So you have side step, you have triangle step, you have spin step. They're all a variation of a side step one way or another. Number 7, bounce step. Probably one of the most important steps you ever learn. I want you to imagine you're in a race, you're putting your foot down, and you're pushing, right? Whoop, like that. So what happens is most people, they step back, they step on their heel, and then they get stuck, and then they got to come back, and there's nothing on it. But if you learn to come back like this and pop, you get a lot of speed on that. So if he's walking to me, right, and I go like this and I come back on my heel and he continues to walk, he's just going to mow me down. But if he walks, I step and come back. You see how efficient that is? Boom. This step can be done on a ton of angles. I'm just showing you one. But really all it is you put the weight on the ball foot and push. And push. As long as you do that, it'll work. Number 6, the V step. What the V step is the opposite of the triangle step, right? Triangle step was this way. V step is that way. So basically I'm getting off the line in that direction. V step, like I said, is kind of the opposite of the triangle step, whereas I went in this way. Now, if he throws like a punch this way, I'm coming this way. See, I'm coming out away from him. There are times you're just on the wrong foot and you can't make the pivot this way. So you just kind of need to go that way. Maybe you want to run, maybe you got to hit someone else, or maybe you're just trying to get out of the way to turn and go back to them. So it goes that way away from you. It's just this. And usually V-step works really good if you had that bounce step to it, right? V-step. Number 5 is C-step. Just about every martial artist knows a version of the C-step, right? Whether it's this, whether it's from a front leaning stance where we come in and we circle. And I find almost nobody uses it because it doesn't work for them. And the reason is you're doing it wrong. If he's coming at me, right? What happens is, and I do this, I just step. Well, I'm still in the same damn place. So if we have this line, right here on the floor, and he's on the line, and I go like this, I'm still on that line. That doesn't help me. What the problem with the C-step is we always do it like this. What it needs to do is there needs to be a step first. 1, then 2. Look, I'm outside of him now, right? So if he steps with this leg forward, and I come this way, look, I'm right here. But it doesn't work like this. Every time you do a C-step, just about, I want to step out, use that circle, and step around. Whether I'm using it to step around to get into him, whether I'm just checking the leg, whether I'm using it as a kick, it doesn't matter. But you have to move. So realistically, it should not be this, right? What it should be is this. So take the other step, and I think you'll find there's a lot of application to that step. Number 4, the cross step. How many of you guys have done this in a form? Right? How many of you guys have ever done it in real life or tried it and seen it fail really badly? It's because you're doing it wrong. What it is if I take him, right, and I go like this. Right, what the heck is that? You're going to die if you do that. Don't do that. What this is I've shown you guys before how to walk through people when you step. Boom, right? All this is the same variation, just with a different leg. So when I take this, instead of me planning like this and then hitting him, what I'm really doing is I'm going like this. Boom, right? So I'm taking him, and if he's here, like you can see it this way almost, I step through him, and I come through him. I'm cutting his head off. Boom, like that. It's not stop, then hit. So you're going to have to practice your footwork with it a little bit. But when you get this one, it has a lot more power. Number 3, the bowling step. Any of you who ever bowled, what happens is you watch guys who bowl, they make this motion right here, right? They step, they kick, and they throw. There's 2 reasons you do that. Like you want to move your legs so you don't hit yourself with the ball, or you don't have to arc. But the other thing is too, when I make this step, boom, and I throw that hip, like it throws my weight that way, right? Little oddball step, but it works. So say he's like this, right? And I'm in an odd position. Watch, I'm going to bowling step. See that? All it is a step. Boom! So if you take your weight and you throw it the way it goes, and then you throw your hand in the same direction, there's a lot of force on that thing. It looks awkward at first, but if you try it, you find it's kind of a neat step. Number 2 is shuffle step. Right? You don't always have room to take a full step. If he's here, and I take a full step, a lot of times I get jammed. So it's real important that you learn how to kind of shift. Bang, right? Just that little shuffle step. It's 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. This way you can get that nice quick pop off, and it doesn't really require a lot of distance, as opposed to going like this and getting jammed. This step's fine, but you need room to do it. Here, not so much. Just bang, or boom, like that. So that's a shuffle step, just like this. 1, 2, 1, 2. Number 1, the quarter step. Sometimes you don't have room for a long step, and sometimes you don't have room for a shuffle step. So if I'm like this, right, I always preach against this. Don't just swing with your hips. But most people, when they get in tight like this, they don't know what to do. They can't shuffle, and they can't take a full step, so they just reach and swing, right? But watch this. This is a dirty little step. If I just step this back foot a little bit like this, that brings this hip, boom, just like that. I don't need a lot of space. It's just got to be about that much. But if you take that little quarter step there, boom, it puts a lot of juice on that punch. This has been Bill Koenig for Straight Circle Martial Arts. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time. For more instructional downloads, please visit straightcirclemartialarts.com. Please like and subscribe.